Good afternoon. This is my trade recap for today, which is the 1st of February. Unfortunately, I ended today on a red day. I'm still in a trade at one contract of it left, and may not be red, but as it stands, it's a red day. And I'm just going to go through my trades for today. I found it quite difficult today to trade, and I had a few ideas from my pre-market video, which I'm going to just open up in TradingView right now. So this is the hourly chart for the ES or the MES, and we were watching this bear flag, and this bear flag you can see coming down all the way down to here, and then with this flag area, and you can see we kind of held this flag through the post-market yesterday and the pre-market, and today we broke down through it, came back up, and we held the top half of this flag. Couldn't break it there, couldn't break it there, couldn't really break it there, and then we finally did come in and break it. So let's just go into my trades. The levels I was watching, basically I was watching for a bounce down here, I was watching for a bounce here, and I was looking for a break and retest off this flag pattern there. And I was also watching for a potential pre-market high, break and retest long, or rejection. So that's kind of my ideas for today. So let's just go into the actual trade. So my first trade of the day was attempting the break and retest of the flag pattern, and let me just go back to the pattern on here because this is clearer, and let's see it on the 5 minute. So you can see this is the 5 minute chart in the top left corner, and I went long as we broke it here, and it came back. I added there as well, and that's a bad add. I shouldn't have been adding. That's adding against my position. The first add was fine because that's the add into that pre-market high, into that high as well. But the second add was just wrong, and I stopped out as it broke through the 50 moving average on this big candle down. That's why I stopped out. I didn't like it. As soon as it got below this weighted, this is a anchored VWAP, which is on yesterday's FOMC candle. As soon as I got below that, I got out. I didn't like the trade. The trade is invalid. I was hoping it would come back into that area and bounce with my two adds, would have given me a better average price, but it wasn't a great trade, so disappointing. Well, it wasn't a good trade because I was looking for the break and retest of this area, and it didn't do that. It broke it and rejected, and I had no right to get into that trade because it didn't retest. There was no confirmation, and that's the idea of a break and retest, confirmation. If you want to see a break and retest, this is it here, and that's why I'm long at the moment. So it broke it, came back in, retested it perfectly, look at that, and I just took a very small entry there because I was done trading, and I'm currently long right now, and all I've got is one contract, and that's this one here, just because I'm over trading. This is my 4th trade of the day, and this is the trade I should have been waiting all day for. And patience, 12:30. Don't like trading after 12, but it's within my limits, and I should have been waiting. This is the trade I should have been waiting for, a perfect break and retest of that area. So let's go back into TradingView. I do all my analysis is done on TradingView, and my trading's done through the Ninja Trader platform. So, and there's another reason. This is fear taking over now because I've only gone in with one contract. Had it been my first trade of the day, it would have been 2, maybe 3 contracts. So as a starting position, I started with 1 because I'm down for the day and I didn't want to give back any more losses. So that my first trade, and that was a bit more than the loss I wanted as well because I added in such a bad place. I should have got out there. That should have been my out, but I didn't. I got out down here. So it wasn't really a 1 hour loss. It was more close to a 1.5, 2 hour loss. I really wanted my out to be down there, but I didn't like it, so I got out way before that. I'm glad I did because it would have gone straight through my stop. And I'm willing to risk a little tiny bit more on these break and retest trades, but like I said, that wasn't a break and retest trade. That was just a poke through and rejection with no confirmation. This is the trade we're watching for. This is a break, retest, entry there with confirmation, which is what I've just taken, and it's going up there. So that's a good trade. This is a good trade. Tick. this is a bad trade. And this is an A plus trade. This is a Z minus trade. So anyway, so that's that trade. Then my next trade was, you know what, I overtrade. I've only been doing 1 or 2 trades maximum this month, last month. So now I'm on my 4th trade. I'm kind of forgetting what I'm doing. So that's my out. You can see my out just there. No, that's my out there. I tried another quick long there, thinking it's going to bounce off of this area, and I stopped myself out there. That's my 2nd trade. And then my 3rd trade was in fact, that was 2 contracts out there. My next out was there. So that's my 2nd trade. My 3rd trade was a bounce off of this area. So it's a bit messy because I was trying to go long, and no, I was trying to go short still. I got out and I tried shorting again, thinking we're going to continue to break down through. I'll show you. Go back into this again. So my 3rd trade was a breakdown. In fact, I forgot about that trade. So I've taken 5 trades today, so that's really bad. So this trade was the break and retest of this structure, hence why you saw some shorts there. And it came in, my first target was there, and it didn't touch my target, and it came back and it stopped me out. So I wasn't heavy in this. I think I was 3 contracts. I was adding on all the top tails, thinking they were going to see it pushed down, but it didn't. So that's another out there. So another 1.5 hour, 1.25 hour loss. And then as soon as I saw it break up and we saw this big powerful green bar, I was looking for a potential long. As it came back into the VWAP, I went long there, and my out was actually there. That's my out, and I took another out there, and that's where I am. And I'm also long, so I got out there on that first candle. It came pulled back. I didn't like the red candle, but I just went long again. So kind of the same trade, but I treat that as a 5th trade. And look, that's doing okay. Look at that brilliant trade. Break, retest of the trend line, confirmation entry, and a defined stop loss there, and it's already broken today's high. So that's a great trade. I'm going to probably take profit shortly. Let's see where the target is. Potential target. Oh, look at that, right on the 50 moving average on the hourly. I'll just see what the next 2-minute candle brings, and I'll look to probably take profit and walk away, and that'll be a break-even day then. That's it. We'll hold for a second. I just want to hold it and see what happens. If we get a bit of a pullback, I'm going to get out. I don't really want to trade now, so it's kind of a scalp play. But it should have been my first and only entry. Maybe that would have been a stop there. So it should have been my 2nd trade of the day, really. So potential target 49.21, and if you saw my video this morning, down here on the hourly chart, that was a possible rejection area, and we've got another rejection area at 49.33, and obviously got all-time highs at 49.56 area for rejections. So even though they're rejection areas, if I'm long, I'd like to use them as a target as well. And I've only got 1 contract, so I'm going to be out at the first touch of that line. And one more thing to show on the 5-minute chart. This grey line here, this grey line here, and this white line. This is the Fibonacci for the FOMC candle yesterday, and you can see it adds some significance. So I like to watch these data candles to see whether I can create a strategy. I quite like the rejection on the 8:30 candles, the rejection off of the top of the data candle, or the bounce. And you see the bounce would have worked fine. Look at that, came down, hit the 0, that one there, and bounced back up. So you could have taken that one, and then you got the breakdown, the pullback into that area again, FOMC candle for a short. That's another valid entry. And even later on today, or early this morning in the pre-market around about 8 AM, it rejected that candle and formed the second pivot of this trend line. So, and then we rejected it again, and then finally, and we knocked on the door 3 times already, broke through, and didn't come out. I thought it might come back and retest it, but interestingly, it's now rejected the 50% fibs on that candle. Came back down, and then it obviously broke through, and my target should really be that top of the fibs of the FOMC candle, which is 49.19 to 49.21. This is the area I'm going to look to get out. So that's kind of my thinking on it. So I do like to draw these fibs in purely because it gives me some indication, and a day later it's still in play twice. So it does give you an extra level and another area as a target. So going back into NinjaTrader. So I'm trading Apex right now, and I trade, at the moment I've got 40, I've had up to 20, but I've blown a few accounts over the last few months by not being patient and having FOMO and revenge trading. Last month was a decent month because I didn't have any of it. I had a little bit of FOMO, a little bit of revenge trading, but I was pretty much a solid trading month, and it's a decent month. And you can see right now that idea was a great idea. So live, here it goes, nice live trade, and then watching for my out. My out is going to be at 20. That area there, and that will be the top of the FOMC candle, but I'll trail it if I can. So let's open up that, and this is the level 2 I like to watch. Keep an eye on level 2. I use Bookmap as well for my level 2, but mainly level 2 on the NinjaTrader. I also use these footprint charts as well to give me an idea. Like you can see resistance forming, so you kind of get an idea. The yellow lines, this is like that is the highest volume part of each candle, and you can kind of see it forming a point of control, a bit like the volume point of control I have on my trading view, or this one here. This is a volume point of control, this area. So I can see this is a big area of volume, but you can back it up on by watching the footprint charts, and you can see where the volumes are in every candle. So if it lacks volume at the bottom here, which it has done, then you know there's no interest from the sellers and the buyers are in control. And we can see that from that big push up. Buyers in control, buyers in control, buyers are still in control right now. You can zoom in, you can actually see what the candles look like. And it's only because we've got a couple of big moves, so you can see where the actual volume is trading in each candle. So the most volume traded 49.15 on that candle. Most volumes traded at the top of this candle 49.19. That's kind of where I said I wanted my exit to be. So let's now think about getting out. If I get out now, I'm going to put sell, ask. If you can just push up one more tick. If not, I'm going to get out. Watching the 2-minute chart over here as well. I didn't put in a new high. Putting in a topping tail on the 5. And I'm going to be out in, give it, see if we can push it back up a little bit. Watching level 2, buyers at 16, there's no real buyers here. And if it breaks that 2-minute candle, I'm out. So I use the 5-minute for my entry, I refine it using the 2-minute chart over here. And I'm out. That's it, done. So finish the day in profit, but probably by the time commissions have come out, it's probably a break-even day. So that's not bad. So I didn't have a losing day today. Would have been in profit there, break-even there. That's fine. So I kind of recovered from some very bad trading today. And this is a legitimate, decent trade. You know, you put your stop there. I mean, I was only trading one contract, so it wasn't my full size. So that's an easy 1, 2, that's a 3 or 4 hour. That could be in a 4-hour trade, that if I took that properly. And nice and easy, stress free, off of the top of this trend line, the top of the high, today's previous high, and that is an A+ trade. But I didn't size up, so I treated it, that's because fear, I had fear of losing more, because I had 3 losses today and 1 win. And this is my, so 3 losses and 2 wins today, and I just ended the day probably up a little bit in the green, but I'd call that break even. Okay, that's it. Just an interesting one before I go actually. Volume, you can see increasing in volume. I forgot to say that when I got into that trade there, I was watching the volume increasing. That's the other reason why I quite liked it. So there's more than one reason why everything aligned up. coming into a level is watching, the trend line, previous high from today, and a little bit above pre-market high, that area there. 49,000 was a psychological number as well. Level 2, saw lots of buyers sitting underneath there. So have a look at level 2 now. I'll show you on bookmap. You can't see it on bookmap, but 49,000. You can see all those buyers there, so it's a significant level. And then increase in volume. So that's why. Do you know what? In my mind, I was thinking I should probably get into a normal size position, especially when I saw increase in volume, but I bottled it. And that was the entry there. Great entry, great trade. And shame my execution wasn't great. And all of this shouldn't have even been traded. This should have been my one and only trade for the day. And that I could have gone in with that's my A+ setup, and I could have gone in with maybe 4 contracts. I could have got in a couple there, one there, and then on the breakout, possibly coming back now on the pullback for a 4th contract. But it's late for me. It's 6 PM here in the UK, and I'm done trading. So that's why I don't really want to trade anymore. I really want to see that one. That's the trade I want to see at around 10 o'clock. That's kind of perfect time for that trade. Right, definitely done now. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you got some value out of this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you have any comments, please leave a comment. Okay, thank you for watching.